Thursday night basketball. It'll be the Phoenix Suns facing off against the New Orleans Hornets. Suns, Hornets, up next.
And a shot before the game of Josh Smith. The Hornets play before the hometown crowd at the New Orleans Arena. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports, live from New Orleans. The Suns will end the road trip here before heading back to Phoenix. They've made progress so far, a better win percentage than last season, but it's still early. We'll see if they can keep it up. Looking at the starting five for the Phoenix Suns. Both Gallinari, and there's Shaquille O'Neal, and it's Wall and Crawford. And for New Orleans, they've got Dragic, Ryan Anderson out there with LeBron James. Then there's Gordon and Aminu. Here's Dragic. And now our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, has some info for us. Doris, take it away.
Well, guys, John Wall, a much-touted prospect, but everyone talks about how grounded he seems to be, how he's a guy who's all about winning. Wall said, a lot of people expect a lot from me, expect me to go in and do great things just like I did in college. But I always say, you got to stay humble and hungry. Got to keep working hard, and I got to prepare myself for the next level. Guys, that is exactly the hard-working attitude that makes coaches smile.
You said it, Doris. Thanks. Anderson. The shot is off. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. Head coach Alvin Gentry, some people might think he's a newcomer to the NBA, but he's had head coaching stints all over the country.
Yeah, he has. Miami, Detroit, with the Clippers, short-lived relatively, but coaching the Suns certainly has been his best work, Kevin. He was outstanding in leading that team to the conference finals.
Here's Gordon. He's coming off a 13-point game against Denver. Takes it up. LeBron, no luck. And Phoenix has possession. And Gentry Clark, a disciple of Larry Brown.
They first met when Gentry was a player working out for the Nuggets, trying to make the team. That didn't work out, but Gentry actually learned an awful lot from his mentor, Larry Brown.
Here's Crawford, tipped. And it's the Hornets with the ball. This game against Phoenix here, it's the first look at the Suns.
One of several shots they'll get. 2 more scheduled meetings between these two teams.
And that one's good by LeBron. Here's Wall. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. He dumps it off. Smith. Kept alive. Shaq dishing to Smith. Aminu corrals the miss inside. Up top, Dragic. It's stolen by Smith. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I caught up with Coach Alvin Gentry. His main concern was the prospect of checking LeBron James. He's admitted it's as tough a task as you're going to get in the NBA when you're up against a guy who can basically play any position on the floor. He said you just try to take away one aspect of his game and hope he has a cold night in the other areas. But that's not something that happens very often with LeBron. Guys?
And thank you, Doris. With a switch, the Hornets. On defense, the Hornets. Josh Smith unable to get his shot to go. On the clock, here's Shaq. Phoenix, no good that time either. They've trailed the entire game now, a chance to jump out ahead. And Clark, it looks like Shaquille O'Neal is trying to find the fountain of youth. Always looking for a way to stay in the league, better his play, and keep going.
Yeah, well, no surprise there. He's kind of a creative guy. Imagine that we'll have tie-dye jerseys next when it comes to Shaquille looking for that elusive fountain of youth.
New Orleans in the lead, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
Kevin, I think it sort of came down to the fact they did not have to deal with a lot of pressure from the defense they were facing. Had they been up against a good defense, it could have easily been a different story. Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
Crawford against Gordon. The tray. That's good. Gordon's got his first 3 points of the game.
Kevin, you can't rest or blink at all on him. He's a dangerous scorer, and you have to know where he is at all times.
Here's Wall. To look looking to get on the scoreboard. And it's Smith missing.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star player.
Suns trail by 3. It's blocked, but he stays with it. Here's Shaq. No good on the baseline J. The Hornets leading by 3. LeBron right side. And again, LeBron missing.
So far in this quarter, he's having a hard time getting it done.
And here's Wall. Pass to Smith. Crawford outside. Gallinari. Smith with it. Gallinari defended by Gordon. And it's Gallinari missing.
Looks like he had the angle. That's a bad miss that close to the goal.
Here's Aminu. Deflected. Here's Wall. And flush through with 2 hands.
The steal led to an easy bucket in transition. That's a nice sequence.
Here is Telfair. Here's Gordon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
It's a well-used foul there to prevent the easy layup.
No good on that one. So both teams changing it up here. He hits the second from the line. Here's Wall. That will count. Shot misses. That's the end of this closely contested first quarter. Hornets ahead, up 2.
Well,
and it's been a tight game as the second quarter gets going. Here's Augustine. Hornets were a 500 team against the West a season ago.
Yeah, and that was a pretty good indication of their slide out of the Western Conference playoffs. The year before, when they were the 7th seed, they won 30 games in the conference.
So with LeBron on the bench, here's the group that Monty Williams has on the floor. Trevor Ariza out there with Brandon Wright. And there's Dragic. Then it's Turiaf and Walker. Covered by Lee. Here's Walker. Covered by Lee. Walker's shot is off. So going back to the Hornets' decline in the West last year, Clark, what do you think triggered it? Was it us catching up, or was it the injuries? What can you put your finger on?
I think it was more of the injuries, Kevin, particularly the injury to Chris Paul. But they also needed some more help in a number of spots with their personnel, and that's why it didn't happen for them.
Ariza outside. Kept alive.
They'll allow him to get that off all day.
A big possession here.
And they come back to take the lead.
Here's Lee. And he can't manage to get up a decent shot on the foul. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Turiaf.
Looked like a good call from here where I sit. Definitely some contact on that shot.
Hornets fell off a bit last season, but they were still a tough team at home.
Well, 24 wins at their arena, Kevin. Down from the year before, but not by much.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Pachulia comes in for Ronny Turiaf. And it's Anderson in for Brandon Wright. The Suns making a switch here. Here's Dragic. And again, no good by New Orleans. So to follow up, Clark, on what you just touched on, how do the Hornets turn it around this year?
Well, I think it always starts with being healthy, Kevin, and that's for any team. But I also think in the case of the Bobcats, they need some help on the wings. But first and foremost is simply a game of good health for them.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time. John Wall, just a phenomenal year as a freshman at Kentucky.
There wasn't too much doubt that he'd be the first player taken in the draft. His charisma, the way he wants to run a team, and he's electrifying in the open court.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Anderson. And again, New Orleans has no luck. And with Wall at UK, his numbers aren't staggering. But when you see the footage, he was just unbelievably fast.
You know, I had a chance to cover a couple of his games in college, Kevin, and I looked down at my note sheet, and he was at the other end of the court before I could get my head back up. That's how fast he was.
He was a blur. Let's go to our great sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for an update. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. One thing about Coach Alvin Gentry of the Phoenix Suns, he really empowers his bench to be active at both ends of the floor. Reserve forward Jared Dudley said, Alvin has given us confidence. We know when we're going to come in and when we're going to come out. It's just confidence in knocking down shots, knowing that if you mess up, you're not going to come out. He's been consistent with that all season. Guys, so important for the coach to define players' roles. It makes things so much easier.
He's done a great job. Thanks, Doris. Catching up on the changes for New Orleans. Al Farouk Aminu, he's checked in for Pachulia. LeBron comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Gordon in for Bill Walker. And the Suns making a change here.
Hey, he can hit from that range. I think he missed that one, but the defense is going to want to tighten up on him out there.
On the wing, Eric Gordon. He's picked up by Wall. He dumps it off. Pass to LeBron. Two on the clock. No good. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland. Here's Smith. And good as he jams that one in off the nice dish.
And look at how he posed on the rim for a few seconds after that one. That's never going to endear you to your opponents. They don't like that kind of stuff.
No, he was enjoying that one so much he didn't want to let go.
Yeah, I think he was throwing salt in the wound, though.
They're always catching the big action at the hoop from the Sprite Slam Cam. Now James turned in an outstanding game against Denver. Blows the layup.
He's really struggled to get into any kind of comfortable flow here. 0 points this.
And slammed down hard. Another look on the Sprite Slam Cam.
He's not necessarily a five-star athlete, but he's got the length and stuff at home when he gets it inside.
You think about all the names that have gotten away from the Suns through draft pick sales and trades, and you have to wonder how deep this team could be, Clark, if they had kept some of those picks.
Well, I'm not one to look back, but just for the sake of argument, I mean, they sold picks that turned into Luol Deng, Nate Robinson, Rajon Rondo, and yet they still ended up with a lot of depth. So that's a lot of talent right there in those names I just mentioned. So when you run the fast break correctly, it's a thing of beauty.
The Suns leading.
Great opportunity to go 2 for 1 here. They want to take full advantage of the time remaining. Got an open look out there in transition and did not hesitate. That's a nice shot.
Now Smith defending. LeBron James on the wing. He's got 6. Good work defensively by Smith.
Well, it's obvious they definitely come out ahead when it comes to rebounding in this particular contest. Boxing out, good positioning, and then pursuing the pump.
Kept alive. Crawford outside. And here's Wall. Back to Crawford. On deep. Pressure. Rips down the defensive board. That'll do it for the first half.
Take a look at what John Wall has done. He's got 4 points, and his huge assist tally makes it all the more impressive. The success in the assist.
It's Thursday night basketball. Glad to have you with us for the HP Halftime Report.
The second half is now beginning. It's been a close one. Neither team has been able to get an edge. Here's Wall. On the floor for Alvin Gentry as we get into the second half. Smith out there with Shaquille O'Neal. Then there's Gallinari. And it's Wall. Now Gallinari. The 3 hits the bucket.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in it.
LeBron outside. Can't get it to go. And Phoenix will take it the other way. For LeBron James, last season ended with another tough defeat. This time, Clark, courtesy of the Boston Celtics.
And it's got to be frustrating for him, Kevin, to be the MVP, to have the best record in the league, but yet again, meet defeat before you can even get back to the finals. Disappointing.
Behind the arc, and the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 7.
Well, that was a sweet shot to get those points back. He virtually erased that 3 they just gave up.
Here's Wall. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Wall. Hits that rim and out.
He really needs to hit that consistently. They'll just keep letting him shoot it.
There's Dragic with the 3. And another 3 for New Orleans. And Clark talking about LeBron, he didn't seem himself as the Celtics closed him out. You know, the elbow injury and everything, it just wasn't him.
Yeah, certainly. At one point, that elbow injury caused him to shoot free throws left-handed, but I think it was more the Celtics than the injury.
That was definitely a factor. You're right. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. Take a look at the Suns, leading the league in scoring. Definitely the most high-powered running gun offense in the league. The fans love it.
They were the highest scoring team last season for a reason, Kevin. I mean, nobody found a way to effectively slow down their offensive production. And everybody tried a lot of different things, but this team is so balanced and so versatile and so unselfish, it's hard to keep them from putting points on the board.
And the Hornets making a change here.
Oh, you got to close out on him in the corners. That's his favorite shot, his bread and butter.
Well, I think one of the stories last year was that the Suns finally got past their postseason nemesis, the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, that was very impressive and really a cause for celebration amongst the Suns. They felt great about handling the Spurs the way they did, and then just kind of ran into too much size against the Lakers and got short-circuited there.
Bonari with it from about 19 feet. Eric Gordon grabs the board.
The D didn't respect him from that distance, and now we know why.
For 3, Gibson. Shot, no good. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. And you touched on this just now, that the problem with the West, there's always a tough matchup each step of the way.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Kevin. I mean, well, last year and most years, the top 6 teams in the West can all make legitimate runs at the title. I mean, that's a lot of firepower. Not sure you can say the same thing about the East.
Here's Shaq over right, kept alive. And Smith backing in. Goes up. Count it! And the rebounding finally paid off. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night. Here's Gibson. Over Wall. Shot's good by Gibson. Here's Wall. 8-point game. He's picked up by LeBron. Here's Gallinari. Takes it up. Can't hit. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. 1:17 left in the 3rd. Here's LeBron. Money on the 10-footer. LeBron's now got 10 points. Clark, what great offense we've always seemed to see from LeBron.
Last season, it seemed he settled less for jump shots, and as a result, he had a career-best field goal percentage.
Smith's shot is good.
They continue to struggle on defense in this half. They're allowing way too many good looks at the basket, and a good team will burn you if you give them good shots.
Here's Gordon. Off the mark with the 3 ball. We'll see what the coach has drawn up. Will they opt for the quick shot? And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Clark, LeBron can get to the rim just about at will.
Nobody in the league has his combination of strength, quickness, and ball handling ability. That's why he's such a force getting to the basket, Kevin.
Both teams deciding to change it up. Both good from the line that time. Here's LeBron. He's got 10. From the wing. Can't get it to go. And it's the Suns taking it the other way. Pass to Smith. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And he knocks down the first one. So he gets them both.
As a team, they've been perfect from the line in this half. They've made them all. That's a good job, and that's exactly what you want. When you're going to get to the line, take advantage of those freebies.
Here's Walker. The three won't fall. Now Augustine, a 12-point game. Over a reason. Augustine, no luck.
He's not giving an inch on defense. He really bothered that shot.
Here's Turioff. Nets it from the wing. We play through three in the double-digit game going on here.
Smith playing very well. He has 12 points, and his free throw numbers are good.
And now let's send it to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Spark of the game. Doris?
Hi, guys. Well, it was the stretch by the Suns that garners the Sprite Spark today. They put a big run together in that first quarter with their tough defense and have had the lead ever since, guys.
And thank you, Doris. That run was a defining moment for sure.
Yep, that's exactly when it all came together.
They've got Trevor Ariza, Ian Anderson out there with Pachulia, and it's Walker and LeBron. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
Every time they get under the glass, it seems like they're getting all of the rebounding opportunities.
On offense, here are the Hornets, trailing by 10. Here's Walker. It falls short. And Phoenix has possession. And Dudley kicks the lead. Jacks up the triple. Walker on the rebound. Now here's James. Dudley gets the board inside.
You got to expect more out of him here. He's had a lot of difficulty this quarter, which in turn is making it difficult for them to cut into this deficit at all.
Here's Lee. Misses the J after tricking the D with the nifty pass there. LeBron James on the wing. He's guarded by Dudley. And that one's good by LeBron.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Timeout called, the Suns. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Guys, over that last break, I listened in on Alvin Gentry's huddle. He told them he wants to see how high they can build this lead. He said, this is no time to take it easy. We've got to keep the momentum and not let them breathe. Let's suck the life out of them now. Back to you guys.
All right, Doris, thanks. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Ariza, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Ariza's got his second basket of the night. With it. Pass to Shaq. Working on Turioff. Puts up the baby hook. Kept alive. Smith. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. That one is on Turioff. Here's what Phoenix has lined up on their schedule. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Smith playing very well. 12 points, and he's also been solid at the foul line. 4 points for him from there. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
And he sinks the second. Here's Dragic. Just over 3 minutes left in the fourth. Lets it go from the wing, and it's Gordon missing.
He's got to break out of this slump if his team wants a chance to win.
From the line. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Hornets trail by 7. Here's Turioff. And it's no good. Poor shot selection there, to say the least. Pass to Smith. Yes! Windmills and a ferocious dunk.
The windmill finish. He's putting on a show out there. That dunk was hardcore.
Dragic with it. Let's go with the 3. Josh Smith pulls it in. On offense, here are the Suns. 9-point game. And here's Wall. Pass to Shaq. Working on Anderson. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. And it's Gordon picking him up. Was shot by Smith. No luck. The Hornets go the other way with the ball.
I think the D left him unguarded on purpose. They gambled he couldn't hurt them from outside, and guess what? He couldn't.
Here's Gordon. And the Hornets miss again.
So far, no points in the quarter. He's been bageled. They don't have much of a chance here if he's not producing for them.
Wall's shot is off. The Hornets trail by 9. Now Dragic over Wall. Dragic gets the bucket.
Sometimes folks forget about his decent mid-range jumper. He can knock those down all game given a chance.
Now Farouk Aminu. He's checked in for New Orleans. LeBron comes in for Trevor Ariza. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Suns. Here's Wall. He's guarded by Dragic. Screen by Smith. Here's Wall. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will take it the other way.
It's not been a day to remember, but if they get the win, I'm sure being the team player that he is, he'll be fine.
LeBron shot is off.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
Got the bucket and the foul.
Boy, that's a superb job of maintaining concentration after contact.
Here's Dragic. 1:04 left in the game. Shoots from 12. Doesn't get enough under it.
He's been AWOL this quarter. When his team is down and in need of some scoring from him, he hasn't shown up.
And stolen by LeBron. Leads him with the pass, and he dunks that one in.
Great D leads to easy off.
Here's Crawford. 41 seconds left to the fourth. Pass to Smith. Working on Anderson. So here's Gallinari for 3. Anderson snatches it inside.
A rare miss on that one, bailed out the defense. He'll usually make you pay for soft serve defense like that.
Gordon pockets the 3-ball. Here's Wall. And there's the intentional foul. Sinks the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Much free throws there. He drained them all to raise the lead.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're down by 7. 12 seconds left in the game. Clark, what are your thoughts?
They're still trying to claw their way back into this game, but it's futile right now. It would take a couple of miracles for them to win this one.
Here's Crawford. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. For 2, and it's a 7-point ball game. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're losing by 7. 4 seconds left to the fourth. Clark, what's your take?
They're going to talk strategy or perhaps what's on the dinner menu tonight, because this one is really about over. They have no chances.
LeBron's shot is good.
That's exactly the way you practice. Get the open man for the great look.
Here's Wall. So the Suns win it. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark and Doris and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Brand player of the game, John Wall.